Blue Protocol Star Resonance is one of the most exciting MMORPGs launching in 2025, and it's more than just another anime-style online game. The game released on October 9th, 2025 for both PC and mobile, and it's completely free to play. That alone already makes it accessible to almost anyone who's ever wanted to dive into a living anime world. But what really sets Star Resonance apart isn't just that it's free or cross-platform, it's how the whole game feels connected, thoughtful, and genuinely alive. Today's video is sponsored by Blue Protocol Star Resonance, and you can use the link in the description and pinned comment down below to play today. At its core, Blue Protocol Star Resonance is an action combat MMORPG built around the classic MMO roles, DPS, tank, and healer. But instead of locking you into one playstyle forever, it lets you experiment freely. Every class plays differently, every attack has weight, every dodge feels earned. This is a game where reflexes matter. You can't just stand still and mash buttons. You have to read your enemies, time your dodges, and chain your abilities into stylish combos. Think of it like a mix between an anime action game and an MMO adventure. Whether you're in the middle of a chaotic raid or just exploring a quiet village with friends, the world of Star Resonance never stops moving. The story takes place in the world of Regnus, a once prosperous planet now teetering on the brink of ruin. Long ago, a divine race ruled over this paradise, powered by a mystical force called star energy. But something went horribly wrong. That balance shattered, leaving behind decaying ruins and fragments of a forgotten civilization. When your journey begins, you awaken among those ruins with no memory of who you are. Guided by mysterious allies, you set out to uncover what caused this collapse and how to restore Regnus before a new world-ending threat consumes it completely. Right away, Star Resonance makes a strong impression with its beautiful anime visuals. Every frame bursts with color and personality. From glowing forests and floating islands to futuristic temples bathed in celestial light, it feels like you've stepped inside an animated film, but with the freedom to do anything you want. Climb mountains, gather materials, team up with friends, or take on massive bosses. Before you even set out on your adventure, you start with one of the most detailed character creation systems in any MMO. You can customize every little detail: face shape, eyes, nose, hair, gradients, body proportions, skin tone, and even markings or makeup. It's incredibly flexible, and you can save your designs or share them using a code system. That means if you find a player design you love, you can instantly import it. Whether you want to look like an anime hero or just yourself, the customization system gives you the tools to bring that idea to life. Once you've created your hero, you choose your starting class, and this is where Star Resonance shines. The game features 8 unique classes, and the best part is you can switch between them whenever you want. So you never have to worry about being locked into the first class you pick. Each class feels distinct and offers a totally different experience. The Heavy Guardian is your rock-solid tank. Armed with heavy armor and immense shields, they specialize in damage mitigation and crowd control. They're the wall between your team and danger, but they're slower and less mobile than others. The Shield Knight is another tank option, but focuses on defensive support, using a shield gauge to absorb blows and keep teammates safe. Playing one essentially makes you the team's protector. You time your blocks, redirect damage, and hold the line when things get messy. If you prefer fast-paced melee action, the Stormblade and Wind Knight classes will be your go-tos for DPS. The Stormblade channels thunder energy, building sigils and releasing massive burst attacks with lightning speed. It's flashy and aggressive, perfect for players who love timing combos to perfection. Meanwhile, the Wind Knight uses agility and courage to reset cooldowns mid-fight. They chain long, acrobatic combos and dart through the battlefield with unmatched mobility. They hit hard, but mastering them takes skill and rhythm. Then there's the Frost Mage, one of your options for ranged DPS. They freeze enemies, control space, and rain down destruction from afar, but since their power relies on energy, managing resources becomes critical. Spam too much and you'll run dry when you need it most. The Marksman plays from even further away, combining long-range precision with animal companions that help deal consistent damage. It's a calmer, tactical playstyle that rewards smart positioning. For those who prefer support roles like me, the Verdant Oracle and Beat Performer are for you. Verdant Oracle is the classic healer, using life magic to restore, shield, and buff allies while occasionally chipping in with nature-based attacks. It's perfect for players who like helping others and keeping the group alive. On the other hand, Beat Performer is a hybrid class that heals through attacking. Their abilities are rhythm-based, deal damage, and your team heals in return. It's fast, stylish, and rewarding for players who want to support without sitting in the backline. Because you can switch classes on a single character, you can try them all. Maybe you start as a tank to learn the mechanics, and later swap to a mage or hybrid class once you're comfortable. Every class can level independently, unlock skills, and even branch into specializations. These advanced paths dramatically change your gameplay. For example, Frost Mages can evolve into Ice Spear users who cast while moving, or Ice Ray users who sacrifice mobility for huge stationary power. It adds depth and replay value that keeps the game fresh long term. Combat in Star Resonance is entirely action-based. Every swing and spell is aimed manually. Positioning matters, and every class has to dodge at the right moment. Perfect dodges when timed precisely trigger slow motion effects or invulnerability windows, rewarding precision. You'll constantly be reading enemy telegraphs, learning attack patterns, and chaining abilities into devastating combos. Beyond just the fighting, the game's gear progression system gives players plenty to work toward. As you progress, you'll constantly upgrade weapons, armor, and accessories. Enhancing your gear increases stats like attack, defense, and critical rate, but each tier has its own limits. Once you hit that ceiling, you can perform a tier breakthrough to push it further. These upgrades often reset some stats in exchange for higher power potential. Farming dungeons and materials for these upgrades becomes one of the main endgame goals. To support this system, Star Resonance features a full crafting and gathering loop. You can mine ores, harvest herbs, or fish in peaceful corners of the world. These resources feed into your crafting system, letting you forge better weapons, cook food for buffs, or craft items for resale. Gathering even has its own progression system. The more you gather, the better your efficiency and yield become. It's not just filler content, but rather another way to immerse yourself in Regnus and unwind between battles. And when you're ready for more intense challenges, that's where dungeons and raids come in. Dungeons are co-op instance areas designed for groups of up to 5 players. Each dungeon offers multiple difficulty modes, making it approachable for casual players but still tough enough for veterans. Bosses have phases, attack patterns, and stagger gauges, bars that fill as you deal consistent damage, eventually stunning the boss and opening a short damage window. Timing your team's bursts around these mechanics becomes essential. You'll need tanks to maintain aggro, support to sustain the team, and DPS to exploit these openings. Some of the known dungeons include Dragonclaw Valley, Goblin Nest, Towering Ruins, Dark Mist Fortress, and the ethereal Tina Realm of Spirit. Each one has unique aesthetics, environments, and enemies. Boss fights often have environmental hazards and even mini puzzles that require teamwork to overcome. While combat is the core of Star Resonance, it's balanced by a relaxing social and lifestyle side. The main hub city, Aster Leeds, acts as a social center where players gather, trade, or simply hang out. From there, you can access guilds, crafting stations, and the auction market. The game puts a big emphasis on community. You can form or join guilds with friends, earn shared buffs, participate in guild events, and decorate your shared space. There's also player housing. Each player can design and personalize their own home, complete with furniture, decorations, and functional bonuses like storage or crafting boosts. It's your little sanctuary in a world full of chaos, and friends can even visit your home. Exploration is another major pillar. Regnus is divided into massive biomes, lush plains, snowy mountains, and otherworldly ruins, each packed with secrets, collectibles, and world events. Mounts help you travel faster, and some even have unique traversal skills like gliding or dashing. Timed large-scale events appear throughout the open world, where dozens of players can team up to take down massive creatures or defend zones from invasions. The best part is that Star Resonance is designed for everyone. Hardcore players can push through difficult raids, optimize builds, and grind for rare resonance gear. But casual players can fish, gather, or decorate, or just enjoy the story with friends. The game seemingly balances high-intensity content with peaceful downtime. You can log in to fight dragons, or spend an afternoon crafting furniture for your house. Both are equally valid ways to play. Because it's fully cross-platform, your progress carries across PC and mobile. Whether you're farming materials at home or running dungeons on your phone during a commute, everything is synced. This flexibility makes it easier than ever to stay connected to your friends and guildmates no matter where you are. And finally, it all comes back to the heart of what Blue Protocol Star Resonance is trying to be, a living anime adventure that you can share with others. It's not just about chasing the highest gear score or beating every boss, it's about the small human moments in between. Sitting by a campfire after a dungeon run, laughing with friends while fishing by a lake, helping a new player find their way through the story. At launch, the developers promise a balance between thrilling endgame content and cozy social gameplay. That balance is rare in modern MMOs, where one usually overshadows the other. Here, both coexist beautifully. You can spend the morning fighting through a multi-phase raid, then spend the afternoon decorating your house or attending a guild event. It's easy to see why Blue Protocol Star Resonance has built so much anticipation. It's not just another anime MMORPG, it's the culmination of what fans have been asking for. Deep combat, meaningful progression, and a world that feels alive and personal. With its striking visuals, versatile classes, and accessible free-to-play model, it's shaping up to be one of the most inviting online worlds. Whether you're someone who loves fast-paced action, strategic teamwork, or just relaxing in an anime-inspired fantasy world, Star Resonance offers a place for you. The The battles are thrilling, the customization is unmatched, and the sense of adventure feels limitless. It's a world designed for shared stories, for moments that feel both epic and intimate. Starting today, players around the world will get to step into that story together. Thank you so much Blue Protocol Star Resonance for sponsoring today's video, and you can use the link in the description and pin comment down below to play today. So prepare your weapons, call your friends, and get ready to awaken in Regnus. Adventure is waiting, and this time the stars themselves are calling you home.